All right, pre-roll ads, I think we're part of that. So you missed out on seeing some of the intro, which is great because now we are in the show today. Hey, welcome for another edition of the Workbench with Adam. I think this is episode 4. To have this many episodes in the last month or so with me has been doubling the amount of the workbenches that I've been able to produce here. I'm hanging out in the studio today. Let's just check on the audio. I don't want to wear headphones today. I'm just not feeling it, so I'm going to throw those off to the side. Hey, thanks for joining us if you're checking this out on live stream or, maybe you're recording at this point. So today, we're just going to be chilling. We're chilling in the studio. We're doing some of the stuff that I need to do here. I put in a little pirates message letting you know we're going to do some pirate stuff. Not a copious amount of pirate stuff, but enough to be able to get some things 3D printed today. So I'm going to be on the 3D printer a little bit. I'm actually going to jump into that pretty soon here. So let's get started. I got to drink my coffee, though. I need to wake my ass up. This is not hot coffee, by the way. I like to drink cold brew. That's my thing. Cold brew is delicious. If you joined us last time, I was making a lot of stuff in Skullbobs, and we're going to revisit some Skullbobs work a little bit later today. We're going to be working in A-Sprite. We're going to be doing some work on creating an animation within the platform so a guy can actually do a drink. So it's perfect. So let's go ahead and just jump in. We're going to be focusing a little bit of our attention today on getting a 3D print going. So we're going to start that off right now. I've been doing some 3D print work for a friend. They're going to need some Sea of Thieves merch to be able to give out. So let's see if I can get over to that interface right now. We should. Perfect. There we are. So what we're going to be working on today is we're doing this, I think it's called the Fortune emblem. Maybe that's the right word. Maybe it's a coin. Maybe it's something like that. Well, I'm going to be 3D printing this, but one of the challenges that I did is I just printed this guy in PLA just recently, and I need to change some of the settings because it didn't come out as awesome as I was hoping it would. It actually came out pretty damn awesome, but what I need to do is I need to change some of the settings so it comes out a little bit more awesome. Actually, let me go grab it. All right, let's take a look at what we're going to actually 3D print today. Let me see if I can get it back here. I'm pretty damn sure I can. So we are going to be working on creating something like this today. Now this version, this particular one, you can see I don't know if we're going to use that cool background, but it looks really cool, shiny like that. And this is glow in the dark. I don't know if we're able to see it glow in the dark. Let's see here. If I turn this light off, we can see this. It's a little hard to see that it glows, but it does glow. It in fact glows. We got a couple versions of it right here. This is more of the background of it being purple with a little bit of a teal on it. This particular version, I like this color. As you can see, my glasses are this color, and you got a gray on the top. So I don't know, which one do you like the best? Now, one of them that's most authentic is this middle one right here, because it has that tealish kind of look. This one is cool because it has the glow and the shine, and this one's just really bright behind the scenes. So that's really what we're working on today. We're just working on being able to do something with those. Let me adjust this little sucker. Oh, I see what happened. I moved the light around. Gotta adjust that. Get that workbench a little bit better. You like the one with the shiny background? What's up, Disturbed? Yeah, I thought so too. This glows, by the way, and well, thanks for joining me this morning, nonetheless, out of all times. I do a lot of this. I mentioned to the folks in the past that I spend a lot of time in the mornings, typically on Sundays, just doing this work. So I started to stream some of the things I'm doing. So it's a little bit more of a casual role on these mornings. But we're gonna jump into stupid spam callers. I'm hoping it wasn't my Twitch. My Twitch notification that woke you up. But you shouldn't have your phone on then if you don't want to get woke up. Is that a way? Is there like a mode where you're able to stop from your phone from ringing? I kind of always don't want to turn it off in case somebody actually has to get a hold of me in the evenings. I don't know. All right, so let me go ahead and get onto this 3D printer here. We're gonna get this sucker set up, and I gotta swap out actually one of these filaments here in a second. Do I have a GoPro cam? Let's see here. I feel like I do have a guest pop-up. Yeah, now you can see me here and you can see my back. Oh, Sunday mornings. What did I say? Yeah. Those damn spam callers, my God. It has been like a scourge lately. I feel like there's like seasons where they get really, really, really bad. And I noticed that I've been getting a lot lately. I'm like, what did I sign up for recently that's going to screw me over and show this off? All right, let's see if I can get this on the 3D printer a little bit. I got this camera just for this reason, that I can like readjust it to show things. Yeah, this you gotta give Origami Live the credit for finding this. Now, one of the things is it looks a little crystalline if you put it into this light because of the 3D print pattern that I put into it. So there's a pattern of how it does. It's called concentric printing. So instead, like normally printing, and I think you might be able to see it on this version, is that it goes left to right and it just goes back and forth across these things as it goes through. Well, this one uses a concentric pattern, and what that concentric pattern does is it basically just keeps outlining the thing and just going all the way until it gets into the center. And it does that in a lot of different places, so it kind of looks cool. The problem is it's not as good of a structure, so I'm actually going to be reprinting this one today. On the back, and this gives you kind of an example, this is what you saw yesterday. Now, it's messed up, and the reason why it's messed up is a whole like couple layers got peeled off, and the reason that happened was because I concentric printed that it wasn't adhering to itself, so it peeled off. But you can kind of see what it says on there. Thanks for the font, by the way. This one you can kind of see it too. But it also kind of tore off because of how I 3D printed it. So we're going to go ahead and get that going. What I got to do is I got to swap out this filament right here. So what I got to do is got to heat it up, pull it out, get that thing going. What are you doing today on this Sunday, Disturbed? I saw you were playing Destiny last night. do, isn't there like a new DLC or something that came out? I tried to get back into Destiny, but I feel like I'm so far behind that I can't do it, man. It's like there's so much to catch up on and so much grinding to do that I just do not have the time in my life to be able to do that. But I'm glad that you're still keeping up with it. It seems like it's still holding the interest and you're still able to hang out and do all that. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to let this guy heat up for a second, and then I'm going to go over to the front. New expansion. That's what I was saying. I saw somebody said that there was an expansion that came out. And what's the thing with that now? Is there any specifics that make it interesting? Like, do you get a new specials or new guns or something? I don't know. You're the one that has kept me into the lore. I don't think I would know as much as Destiny if it wasn't for you, to be honest with me. All right. So as we're getting this sucker set up, we'll let that thing heat up back there. What I'm going to look at is on this other end, we're going to get the 3D print portion of it ready to go. So what we got to do is I'm going to do some settings here, which isn't going to be fun to watch, but you can hear what I'm about to do. It has a couple different settings for that infill that I was showing before, that concentric printing that I'm going to be working on in just a little bit. Let's see here. It says the infill pattern was rectangular. That should have been the right one. Crap. All right, maybe it wasn't the right one. We're going to look at triangular in this case. So let's see here. Disturb's telling me what this thing is about. There are a couple new supers, one which allows you to mix and match light and dark powers. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait, I found the infill pattern. Okay, I see. That's right. We want the internal infill to be rectangular, the solid layers concentric. This is what I need to change out. Am I saying that? Rectilinear. Rectilinear. That sounds about right. Rectilinear. Cool. So that should be all I need to adjust in here. You know, the speed was going a little fast last time, but the faster of prints is probably the best because I'm printing with PLA today. I will probably keep it at 1900. I'm going to go with 1900. Let's see what this looks like on a PLA print. Okay, so now we got that crosshatch, and what should be, let me just go through some of these layers here. I just want to see. Uh-oh, yeah, they crisscross each other, which is what kind of I want, because then you're going to have a much stronger kind of setup. Now, I wonder why it bridges it. That's why it does that. I wonder if there would be a way that I don't know how to change that. Kind of like fills it in and bridges it. I'd rather just print it straight across, but all right, we're going to still run with that. That looks good. We have 13 layers. Let's send this one over to the SD card and get this thing going. All right, we're going to be printing in PLA today. So PLA is at a lesser of a temperature. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go back. I'm going to adjust the temperature just slightly today. As I start to do these layers, I want to make sure it's at a pretty decent temperature. So I'm running it at the first layer at 210, and then it was going down to 206. I'm going to bump that up a little bit. I'll probably go to 208. Just give it a little bit more heat, melt everything else together. I didn't feel like it was coming together quite well. You know what? Let's see here. Maybe I'll do it like this. Go 211, and then I'm going to run this to 209. Get some odd numbers in there. That should do it well for me today. I see there are 3 people potentially viewing today, so if there's anybody else out there that can chat with us, let us know who it is. I know it was JacksonRiley.cool was hanging out at one point on the Workbench. Now, Disturbed, you're playing this Destiny right now, so you were playing it last night. You probably then went to sleep. And then a spam marketer called, and now you're playing Destiny again. If I'm catching you right, and I'm probably disturbing you. I'm disturbed by asking you questions while you're playing Destiny. It clearly is some good DLC, or you're just excited about it if you're playing it back to back like that. All right, let's get this thing squirted back out. All right. That should be good. Let's export this to build file. Yeah, and thanks for the help, by the way. I appreciate your design insights as you started giving me some pointers on there. I mean, I don't really get to play with this whole world of design that often, and so that's why I enjoy the show. I get to go and play around and do my creative design as I do not during my weeks. I have to use a lot of typing and a lot of words come out of my mouth and onto written text throughout my week. So what you're getting to see here, man, is more of my creative side. Actually, it's all up for display. Some things that I've been really wanting to play with a lot more lately is some 3D design, which I have not had the chance to do. But my son, for his work, he's doing a lot of engineering classes in county. That's the high school he goes to. And man, I wish we had these kind of things when I was in high school. They're learning Blender, they're learning Fusion 360, all kinds of cool stuff that they can do and create items. He created this really badass pencil the other day. He recreated a mechanical pencil with all these different layers, and I was impressed. But I've actually commissioned him to build me some things in the past, so I think we're gonna use him at some point in the show. All right, let's get this thing loaded up and get this this other stuff off the back. So we're gonna take a look in this back area here. And what we're gonna work on is 3D printing what we just saw, but we need to swap out some filaments first. So the one you saw me just take off is, oh, cheap viewers. I can buy some cheap viewers. So one of my people was, looks like it was a bot that was watching us. So this filament that I got running here, let's see here. Let's just go to like GoPro. So this filament is glow-in-the-dark filament. But one of the things that I learned about glow-in-the-dark filament recently is that it's very abrasive. And I guess because of however it works, and I'm trying to re-spindle it because I didn't want it to tangle, but it does have like microparticles in there that are very abrasive on the 3D printer. So as it pulls through, it actually eats away at the printer, or at least at some of the parts and pieces of it, which is fine. I mean, I suspect that there's normal wear and tear. I was looking at as much stuff as I've printed over the years, and I have so many prints that have come off this printer, like so many hours, like probably over a couple thousand hours of prints that I've done off this thing. And I've had to swap out parts multiple times, and I'm starting to think that I'm getting close to having to swap out some additional parts pretty soon. But when I yank this sucker out of here, what I typically need to do, I know you're seeing double of me on there. I'm being a little looser today. It doesn't matter too much to me. Unless it matters much to you, I'll stop it. But what I do is I clip the tip of this guy off so that next time I feed it in there, I'm ready to go. We are going to be feeding this guy back into the printer very soon. This is the one we're going to be using next. I put all my filament underneath me, by the way. Seems to be a better place to put all my gear. But this one is called Quantum by Matterhacks. It's Quantum Blue Raspberry. So what it does is, and it's a really cool filament because it has blue and like a violet, or I don't know what color that would be, but it's like a purplish. And so you basically have two colors in once, and then as it prints and the different angles hit, you get a bunch of different colors that come out of it. So I like this one. I did not clip it though when I took it off last, so I'm going to do that right now. Alright, let's get this sucker loaded back up. Do you think I should do the quantum with the teal, or should I do it with the glow in the dark? So the glow in the dark looks cool just because you get this like, I mean, it looks white. Let's be honest. When you first do it, like a translucent white, but then the fact that you can make it glow, it looks good. So I think I'm not sure, the authentic kind of thing that comes into the Sea of Thieves, from my understanding, is the purple with the teal on top. But the teal glows. I think it glows, at least. All right, let's look at this nozzle. I just want to show you. I just pushed some of it through to make that happen. All right, I'm going to turn off 3D printer for a second. And it's going to squirt out some more there. I'm going to go back in there and I'm going to take some of this stuff off the top. Or bottom, however you want to look at it. It's really coming out, and the reason it's coming out so much is that it's going way over the temperature that it should be. And you don't want certain temperatures for lower temp kind of filament, and the reason why is it gets way too liquidy, and then you end up your print looks like crap. So you got to get that temperature tuned in right. So what I just did is I was just reloading the filament. I'll try to push out as much of that extra part as that cools down. All right, that looks good. Now let's get this thing ready to go. All right, we're going to home this thing. So it always goes to that lower left corner for the home. So it knows where the left corner is, and it's going to go into the middle. And I don't think you're going to be able to see it too much, but there's this little side thing. It's going to try to get real close to the bed. So it needs to know where the bed is. That's pretty tuned in. That tuning is because I've had to like tune it so it measures how far that is from the bed. I gotta find the right thing to print. That's where we're going next. Where are you? I don't know why this one doesn't go to the top, but it's supposed to go to the top. All right, we're off to the races with this guy. We just got to wait for it to heat up. And once we get to a 60-degree temperature on the bed, and I think we're going to like, what was it, 211 that I set? Then we're going to start to see the print go off. So we will come back to this shortly. The fun part about 3D printing for me is the tinkering. I got to be honest. I'm a tinkerer. I appreciate being able to play with this a little bit. And there are like this particular print already. How many have I done? I already done 3 of them. And then I've had probably 4 or 5 miss starts. Yeah, and thanks for the insight. I think, yeah, the white on the Quantum does give a good contrast. We kind of have a prototype that I put out there. The thing is, are you going for realism based off what the game has, or are we going to do something that's a little bit more of a kind of a version of it, or some sort of tweak to make it unique? I don't know. I can go both ways, to be honest with you. All right, let's see what we can do here. I am going to take one quick look back at our screen, because what we want to do is identify at what point I'm going to do this swap. I don't think anything's changed. I think it's 8, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Yep. So that's layer 7. So as we start to go through it, layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it starts doing the skull. And so you want to be on 8, where you start swapping to the glow in the dark. I don't know. I think this is going to be cool. I'm excited for this one. Now, my hope is that we can get this bottom to really show up right, because it looks great. I really love how that ended up coming out. The problem is that when I take it off the bed, depending on how much it just like melts onto the bed, is sometimes it yanks off some of that bottom layer. And with PLA, PLA is not that great for taking off the bed. I'm going to have to work with maybe Pet G, which is one of my faves. All right, let's get back into some of the work on our Skull Bobs game. That's what I wanted to work on today. Do some of the work there. Let me grab, where is my Skull Bobs? There she is. There he is. Whatever. Where did we last leave it? Oh yeah, that's right. We were coding being able to pick things up, and I got Ryan his whole experimental world. That's what I was doing. Oh, and the teal glow you see in the Sea of Thieves looks. Okay, what's this now? It comes from when your character dies. Oh, you become a ghost. You have to wait on a ghost up until your teammates revive you. So the teal absolutely has a glow. Yeah, so it has a glow to it. It would. I don't think there's like a glow teal that I could purchase. If that would be sweet, like a filament that was the teal color that has glow in it. That'd be sweet. All right. Well, in the game that I'm creating here with Ryan, finally got him into GB Studio. All of the little pixel work and stuff like that had been Ryan, and I'd done a little bit of the pixel work, but anything that you saw as far as functionality in the game, any of the parts that required some sort of animations and things, that was actually me programming that. And so Ryan wanted to get his hand in GB Studio, so I made him this way to be able to jump around on different platforms, and he can create these platforms himself so we can start to figure out what kind of jumps we're going to do. Last time on the Workbench, we made this little pizza because you want to eat the pizza. Oh, see? JacksonRiley.cool loves pineapple pizza, so he's the one that gave me the heads up on that. See? I programmed it in so I'd remember that. But what we're going to do today is we're going to actually do a drink animation for Roby here. So he's got this bat animation that works pretty well, but we want to do a drink one. And so let's go and take a look at what kind of drink animation I can pull up. So I know we have one in A-Sprite. Well, first of all, I'm going to see what the heck I got going on with A-Sprite. Okay. Oh, this is just the demo world. We'll work at that soon. I got to figure out which one is Roby drinking. And Ryan did give me a version of that. So the question is which one is cricket bat, swing bat. Here it is. He calls it Roby Chug. So I guess we're going to call it the Chug. I'm down with that. Have you used A-Sprite? Have you Disturbed? I guess you may not have a reason to use it. But it's a pretty cool program. It's one of those programs that allows you to just do really in-depth pixel work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this one just to keep his original file clear. Let's see here. Do I have a naming kit? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to save it into the right dang folder. That's what I'm going to do. Let's get this one, put it back in the project folder, and this would be a sprite. So I'll save it here. And we got OG Oat Robies. Okay, so we got to call it Roby Chug. And we'll do it with all lowercase. Roby Chug. I like it. Ryan's using the new .ase file. He's being all fancy. I have the old school one, A-Sprite. All right, let's save that. Oh, perfect timing. Got that saved. Got myself ready for some Roby. And before we do that, we can watch this thing start. We got to get this thing going. It's going to start to try to print. All right, so gonna get my Z down. Uh-oh, let's get this thing off the middle. So I'm adjusting how far away it goes from the bed. There it goes. It's laying it down pretty good. Question is it close enough? Yeah, I think it is. I'm going to watch this for a little bit because this is one of my favorite parts of 3D printing is when it lays down that first layer, just like that. Now, because I'm using PLA, this thing is going to go fast pretty dang soon, like super fast. Let's give it a second to kick off and see how this is going to go because we're running at 50% speed, I think, at this point. So now that what you had saw it printing before was more of the skirt of it, so it was not going to be part of it. Now we're printing the real aspect of it. And I have that skirt that I print just so that I have a little bit of extra time to tune the printer, make sure all the flow is going well. And now we're just, we're in full print mode. Now we're going to do the font. We're printing out the font right now, or at least pieces of it. Now the computer is the one that calculates the best route and how many different lines that you're going to be dropping in. Now my hope is that with this pattern change that I did, it's going to get a little bit better structure on the bottom of here so that when I try to release it from the bed, it's actually going to come off a little bit easier and not ruin the bottom. Because I think that's going to be one of the biggest challenges with this print is that if I ruin that bottom, kind of takes away from what the whole purpose of this thing is. Or maybe it looks cool. Maybe it's like an interesting looking pirate coin that has a roughed up bottom, as long as you can read it, I suppose, in some context. I think the front part is the most important to be able to see. What I'm most interested in is to see if this thing is going to look multicolored with that quantum filament. I had the baby Z-step this one, which is by, I think is it micrometers? Maybe it's micrometers. I don't know, but essentially what it does is I'm able to move that nozzle up and down. It looks so big on the screen. It's hilarious. Yeah, that's laying it down pretty good. I can't tell if the temperature's right though. The temperature does have a lot to do with how close the layers are. So if you got to get the right height away from the print or the bed, you have to get the temperature right. You got to get the speed right. And then there's a gazillion other settings that you might consider, like the patterns that you put in there, the way that you decide how thick the layers and how much fill comes out, how it retracts and pushes back that flow. A lot of tuning, a lot of tinkering. That's why people give up on 3D printing. But based off my understanding, I guess a lot of newer 3D printers, you don't have as much rigmarole with this one. There's still a lot with my particular printer at this point that I have to do that tinkering and tuning to get it all tuned in. But that thing looks amazingly beautiful. I'm going to let that run for a second. I'll be right back. All right, as that's running, I'm going to get my other... Oh, wait, let's see if I can get this camera... A multicolor 3D printer? Yeah, I could do that. There's actually, I can modify this one to be a multicolor 3D printer. There is a device where you can feed in multiple filaments at once, and you program that device, and what it does is it will splice the different filament colors together. One of the things about a multicolor printer is you got a lot of waste, but it's also super awesome because you get multicolor right off the bat. But to color it right, I don't know. That is something I would want to have at some point. But when I start to think about it, I don't know if it would be worth some of the extra work it is to set this up. And there's some proprietary programs to get those colors to come out right. I've been looking at other new 3D printers. I'm going to probably get a Bamboo. That's been the suggestion. This is a Creality, and man, I love this one. It's just, put me through a lot of different 3D prints, and I had to modify the crap out of it. But this angle we see here, it's because I modified a portion of it. I had to modify basically the blower that's on the front of it, that yellow that you might see off to the sides. That's a custom printed blower that blows the nozzle so it cools it as it's laying it down. So it comes out super hot and then it cools it down so it lays onto the thing. So that's one feature that I added to it. Had to remove the fan to make that one work. And then on top of that blower, I guess you could kind of see it if I show you this. Right here, this red thing that you see, that is a custom built mount for a webcam. I ripped a webcam apart and just took out the board that has the camera on it, and I figured out a way to 3D print and mount that board on top of that. And so that's why you get this sweet camera angle. I'd have to do a lot of modifications to get it up to speed where we can see the nozzle like I do, which I'm pretty addicted to. Another thing I modified on this printer is over here. You can kind of see it. This is what feeds the filament through. It's called an extruder. That extruder, the original one was a single gear extruder. So basically only one side would go into the filament and push it through. The other side was just kind of like a roller, had no teeth in it. Well, this is a dual extruder. So on both sides it has some teeth. It's a little bit more specifically tuned in. And the other one was made of plastic. This one's machined aluminum. So then I also had to tune in this one because it's a lot more effective and efficient at being able to push filament through. So I had to do some programming to be able to adjust this flow speed and get it all tuned in. Anyways, the other thing is you can see, well, you can't really see it. Oh, you can kind of see it on the GoPro camera. Let's see here. See these bars right here? This is to stabilize so it's not just flopping around all the time as it gets to do really high prints. So I got a lot of different, I guess you could say upgrades or modifications to this printer. I also adjusted all of the different belts on here and put new ones on there. Man, now that I think about it, I put a lot of work into this sucker. But in any case, at some point, I'm going to have to get a new one. I know it. Also, the bed that you see on here is called PEI board. And PEI board is also something that's helpful because I used to use sticks of glue every time I would start my 3D prints. And those sticks of glue would help adhere that first layer. But what PEI board is, it's kind of like a plastic, I guess. Maybe it's not a plastic, but it's some sort of it's very malleable, but when it heats up, it expands and contracts a little bit, holds on to the filament so it sticks to that bed, and then once you let it cool down, it releases it from the bed a little bit. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, this thing is looking like it is doing exactly what it needed to do. It's laying down those layers real nice. What we're going to see shortly here is we're doing a whole first layer watch through today. That's what this is all about. I'm going to go watch this from the main bench. So this is an hour-long print, and so that means, well, let's see here. Let's double check how long this is going to be. This is going to be, yeah, 1 hour and 7 minutes. So if it started, and I'll use right now. So at 8:30, we need to check in on it and see what layer we're on. So I'm going to adjust my time, 8:30 a.m. And we will be swapping filament so that we can get that color. I think you helped me pick. We're going to do the glow one on this one just for the hell of it today. But as far as going back to glow printers, going into multicolor printers, I think it would be cool to have one for certain things because you can't paint 3D prints really well unless you prepare it. So you'd have to sand it down really well and then probably put a top coat of something that just adheres to that. Not a lot of easy painting when it comes down to 3D prints. But one of the things that 3D prints kind of need is a little bit of that sanding so that it's smoother on the surface on the outside, and then you put the paint on there that kind of fills in some of those grooves that you see, so you might not know it's 3D printed. I think that's an important aspect of this. One of my buddies has he had printed out a mask over there that does not look like it's 3D printed. Almost looks like it's ceramic. And I don't know what paint he put on the outside of it. All right, this thing is going well. We're about to see it start going Mach speed very soon here. It's the camera can't even keep up with the frame rate on it. All right, this layer 2. You can tell that thing is going quick. So we have now doubled the speed of how much this is gonna print. My hope is that it doesn't go too fast. I did not adjust it, so I already printed this out one time before. I suppose I could slow it down if I really needed to, but it seems like it's putting it down pretty good. And let's see here. I'd never committed the Z step. I'm gonna do that. I must have adjusted it just a little bit because it seems like, well, that's still pretty fast. That was at like 1900 millimeters second, I guess. Yeah, that's going quick. I can tell it now. You can barely even see it on the camera. It's going so dang fast. But it definitely has that cool effect. I love that multicolor filament. I'm going to have to look at what other ones. Quantum, thanks to Origami Live. So one thing about Origami Live, I don't know if you knew this. Disturbed if you're been talked to Origami. So he just published his thesis. And his thesis was like he's published now. An 81-page write-up on being able to detect error on 3D printing, FDM 3D printers by the sounds of things. So pretty in-depth stuff. We're going to probably, Ryan and I might touch base and talk about it on the stream next week, but it was pretty official that went through. So I'm proud of Origami Live. He's been working hard on that this last year. That's why I haven't seen too much of him. Okay. Well, we got through the first layer. I feel like we should jump into some fun work on A-Sprite. So let's get back into the A-Sprite world. So I'm going to have to have him on the show and interview what the heck he worked on, because I was reading through it and I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, I have zero clue as to what you did, like, to do that. Like, I don't know how I would approach it the way that he approached it. I thought it was pretty awesome. All right, let's get this thing kind of looking good. Put this over here so it looks good for the stream. Yeah. All right, so what we'll be working on right now is I'm going to be adjusting this document that we had for the Roby Chug, so that I actually just have the sprites that I need on here. So there's a lot of extra stuff that Ryan threw in here that we need to turn off. So let's see here. Man, there's so many. Alien biologist. Okay, let's turn that off. So there's his chug frames. Let's see here. Okay. That's all we need is his chug frame. So because this is just the chug sheet, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete a bunch of these. And we'll delete those. Oh, man. Can I not delete all of those layers? See if I can merge them all. Merge down. Sometimes this thing, I am not a big fan because I cannot delete multiple things all at once. But here. I do not want to flatten the visible. I guess I'll just delete them one by one. That's one thing about Photoshop that's nice, is you can do some multi-layer deletes. This is a little bit more of an amateur kind of program. It has Photoshop-esque feeling to it. You can do some really good animation and pixel work, but some of the things that you're so used to having, not so much in this land. Now, why am I still seeing Roby? Wait. Oh, Ryan must have left the bat in there. That's funny. All right. We'll get that removed in just a minute here. Let's see here. Delete all these layers. We don't need them anymore. At least for this part of the project. All right, there we go. So we got Roby, standing normal. We're going to need that for sure. And then the various chugs. So what I'm wondering is, can I turn on the chugs over here? Or can I move these? Okay. I see they're all stacked on each other. All right, interesting. Wait, I think I might be able to copy it. Oh, yeah, that's what I needed. Copy that. As you can tell, I don't work on the animation side of this one as much. Okay, so we should have all the frames that I need, and I'm going to take... I should be able to remove all those frames. Delete. Delete. Okay, how do I get rid of a whole line here? Delete that frame. Got it. So we're going to go manual. Man, if you put a lot of frames into something like this, it'd be kind of a pain in the butt. Well, you can see all the different chugging frames, which is helpful. So what we're going to do here today is we're going to create a sprite sheet, essentially is what we need to do. So Ryan created the frames so that he can understand what the drink animation should look like. What I'm going to be doing is creating the sprite sheet so that we know how to get it into our interface here. So I need to do, first of all, is create a new layer, and we're going to create the right background color, which is going to be important for this next step here. Oh, Ryan kept this one in the wrong color mode. We got to take this one into RGB, and now let's drop this into the background. Ah, yeah, looking good, looking good. So I think this first layer has the bat guy on there. We're gonna get rid of him. He is gone, and now let's start setting up our scene. So I'm gonna put these in. I guess it really doesn't matter what layers I put them in. Let's put this over to the side. Create our sprite sheet. We need our default sprite of Mr. Roby here. Get him adjusted. Chug 1. He's looking into his cup. He's like, this is going to be delicious. Uh-oh. Got to go to number 2. Let's see what we got with him here. I'm going to have to space these out a little bit. Oh, he's popping the top. He's popping the top. I'm going to have to move 4 over to the side. I already know that one's going to have to... Was there nothing in 4? Did I miss 4? Maybe 4 didn't have anything. Ah, crap. Is it only a... I may have deleted the wrong frame. We're going to have to go into the old file and get that file back. All right, that's fine. We'll do that in just a second. So I have a 4-frame animation of Roby. His head kind of gets a little bit outside of the frame. This is going to... I may have to adjust that in a second here. All right, let's go and open up that other file. Make sure there's not a 5th frame. There should be 4. It sounds like there might need to be 4. In the desktop, in our little A sprite folder, Roby Chug. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. I'll zoom it in so you can see it all. Cracking it, drinking it. Oh, he throws his head back for a couple frames. Oh, and he comes back down. Wait, is that the same as 4? Yeah, okay. So he chugs it. All right. So we need the one where he puts his head back. We're going to grab this frame. The question is which... Okay, it's in the beer chug 4. Grab that. Put it into our interface. There we go. So now we have all our frames of him doing the chug. Let's save that. and start doing the spacing that we need to do for a sprite sheet to be set up. Man, I want all these to be on one, so I'm going to merge all the visible layers. Let me do that. Can I do merge visible? I could have swore I saw it flat and visible. Cool. There we go. We're going to call this Roby Chug. Perfect. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is I need to go open up another version of the Roby setup here, which would be in the original file. So we can get Roby all squared away as far as his sprite sheet. So let's do the Roby default. I think that one's going to be a great starting point and see how I set it up. Okay, so I chucked it all the way up to the top. So we're approximately, what, 18 pixels? Let's see, 8 times 3. 24. Okay. So I'm going to move this Roby here. So we got to match the frame. Yeah, I'm surprised you woke up and were able to play anyway. That's why I have my coffee. Hey, thanks for hanging out for a couple bits. It's always nice to talk to you, Disturbed. We're going to have to hang out sometime soon. All right, man. You have a good one. Get some rest. All right, so we're going to continue with our Roby creation here. And the next step is getting the Roby sprite sheets all squared away. One of the things that I'm a little bit concerned of is the hair gets a little out of frame on one of these, but we may be able to work with that. So let's see what we can do here. So this second one, Roby's looking. I'm gonna space this one out, put some considerable spacing. So that looks good. Let's see here. Ryan gets on my ass because I'm very particular with things, and I think it's kind of rightly so, because if you're going to programmatically look at pixels, they have to be like in the literal pixel perfect place when we're working with animations like this. There might be some room for adjustment if in some other kind of platforms that we're using, but particularly in this one, it has to be pretty exact because we're trying to keep ourselves under certain limits, and I have to go in here and exactly find the right areas. So that's what I'm doing here. All right, let's see here. I am just trying to pixel perfect it. Now my question is to myself, how should I place this one? Maybe I should put the hand. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to just put them right in the center, since if you're going to use all these frames, I think that looks good. Oh wait, no. Maybe I can save a frame. Yeah, that saves a frame. That's perfect. Okay. Let's see if I save anything. I don't save anything by doing anything different there. Let's see here. Okay, that aligns well. I think we got it all squared away. So this looks good. This is our chug animation. We should be able to roll with that. Now the question is, should I move it? No, there's 2 in between. We're perfect. We're saving it. This is a print. We got our chug ready to go. So let's export this one. So we're going to do an export as in this case, and I'm going to go put this in the assets folder. I'm going to specifically put it in the sprites folder. So as you can tell, we have all the actual game sprites collected up in this particular folder. And so what we're about to do is I'm going to go ahead and save this, export Roby Chug, and we're going to do the rest of our work over here in a sprite. So one of the things is we're going to have to create also some sort of a drink that he can get, and when he gets that drink and he grabs it, he's going to chug it. And so we could always program if he wants to chug it right away or whatnot, but in this case what we're going to do is we're just going to get at least the animation down. So the way that you do that is we're going to go up into our game world, we're going to go into our sprites folder, and we're going to start. So I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller because you don't need to see my ugly mug as we do these next steps. Let's see here. I might have to adjust this frame a little bit though, just so you could see some of this work. So let's do this. Yeah, we're good. We'll put it right about there. Of course, it goes all the way to the top of my screen. because of freaking Windows and its Edge stuff. If you've listened about Windows lately, everyone's kind of pissed off at their attempt to use this recall program, Total Recall. All right, we got our thing set up here. What can I put in the background of that? Maybe we'll put this over there. Let's see here. It is 8:24. Let me double check here. Where are we at as far as our layer? We're on layer 4. Okay. Oh, we missed the layer 3, which is beautiful. Look at that lay down. This thing's looking great right now. Yeah, I think this one's going to be more structurally solid just based off what we're looking on here. So this is good. Okay, so let's get back into it. What I'm working on is the actual sprite creation. Oh, wait. I have this open. I'm going to close this right now. Sprite creation of the Roby Chug. So we got the Roby Cricket Bat. We got the Roby Default. And now we need to do the Roby Chug. Oh, do we have to restart the application? I think we do. Oh, reload assets. Cool, there's a button for it. There it is, Roby Chug. All right, what were we using? We were using a 6x6 tile grid. So let's just stick with that. And we will continue with the 6x6. Oop, I made one too big. Perfect. Okay, so default frame. Let's put that sucker in there for default. Oh, we're using the wrong type. We want to use platformer. Perfect. Okay, so idle right. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, let me just verify. Yep, you have to make everything in default idle. Okay. I even have my own video on this of what we need to do just to remind myself. So you have to make everything idle in basically this idle portion of this, because we're going to be changing between just a normal default Roby state to a default state that's in this chug animation. Then he's going to chug it up. So that looks good. If we go to default, oh, he has black pants in the default. That's all right. Wait a second. He's got black shoes in this one and pants. He's got black pants with white shoes. And in this one, he has white shoes with gray pants or green pants. Yay, we're going to have to do some edits on that to make that better. But all right, for this case, let's jump in. Let's see, can I make this any bigger? Perfect, I can. So now we're going to go ahead and add a new state. And we're going to call this state chug. Wait, let's see here. How did I name those other ones? Let me just check. Yeah, we have Roby Cricket Bat Swing, Roby Default Walking, and then we're just going to call this one Roby Chug. Roby Chug. Perfect. So we got Roby Chug. We're going to run this on platformer style. So when he's just chilling to the right, let's see here. Let's take a look at the Cricket Bat when he's idle right. Oh! So idle right is the swing. Okay, gotcha. So I basically just put the same thing in idle and jump. Yeah, like I guess we may have to create a jump, a jump of him drinking in here. That would be hilarious. All right, we got it though. We're gonna be making this chug animation roll. So the first thing is he looks at his little cup and he's like, I want to drink this. It's gonna be delicious. Let's get him popping on the top of it, and now he's gonna be throwing his head back. He's gonna take his little chug. So the question is, let's see here. Let's go back a frame. Oh yeah, it was perfect. He's getting his chug on. He's throwing his head back. Now the chug is gonna probably take a minute, right? How long would a chug take? Let's see. Let's make sure that's right. Chug, 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 boom. Oh man, it would be neat to have him like glugging it. Let's see here. He's just gonna throw his head back for probably what, a couple frames? Maybe 2 frames. Ryan had it like as a couple. So let's oops. I'm gonna take his hair out. Let's get him into another frame. So that's oops. Clicking the wrong button here. Oh, his hair. What the? Oh my gosh. That was a mistake. But look at that. That was a mistake, but it almost is cool. What if he just had his hair just slightly doing it? Almost like that was a mistake, and it ended up being a beautiful mistake. So look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. All right, let's try this. We're going to copy this. We're going to paste that in here. And then we're going to do one more frame. Normal hair. Paste that in there. And then we go back to him dropping his... putting it down. And then we go back to regular state. All right, let's see if we can watch that through here. So I'm just going to go... Uh-oh. Which frame was this? He was in the wrong state. He needs to go over just a hair. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, that's great. All right, it's 8:30. Let's just double check on our nozzle here for a second. We're in layer 5. Hey, Stealth Mouse, I love you too. Hopefully you're doing all right. Thanks for jumping into the stream today. We are just hanging out. I know you stepped away a little bit earlier, and I was like, you know what? What am I going to do? Well, let me stream for a little bit before I have to pick up Oshi. All right. I am getting the chug down. That is the goal today. 3D print something and then get the chug down. That's what we're working on. Yup. Got to get some Oshis. All right. On this first frame, though, let me go look at all these other ones. Uh-oh. I do think I'm going to have to change all my damn frames now. Because it's got to go 1 over on every frame. That's fine. Shouldn't be a problem. Uh-oh. Fighting a migraine. That does not sound good. Fighting one off. Fight that migraine off. All right, we almost got this chug animation down. Now the question is, how are we gonna get it all implemented correct? Okay, I think we got this thing squared away. So let's take a look at it. Perfect. That's a good little animation, Ryan. Thanks for getting this thing set up. I think there's some ads going on right now if you're watching live, but you can't hear me. But what we'll see soon is we're going to get back to this. So we got the animation done. I'm going to save this sucker. Oops. I don't want to save whatever I just did. Right here. I want to save. I want to make sure we get our work saved. We're going to go back in the game world. And we're going to be working on our script. It's the player setup. All right. So we got Roby Cricket Bat. Oh, oh, nice being adless. I just saw the ads were on, but I wasn't 100% sure who was seeing that. I forgot you're a subscriber now. You don't see those ads. Okay. So in this case, I actually mapped it to a button. So what I'm going to have to figure out here is how I want to run this. How I'm going to actually want to run this here. So attached to B, A. A is jump. All right. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this event, and I'm going to paste this event after. And what we're going to do is I'm going to disable one of them for now. And we're going to create the whole chug event on the second version of it. So I'm going to move this a little bit now that we got the whole screen set up. You'll see this off to the side. So first of all, we're going to start default walking. We're going to wait. And then we're going to go to Roby Chug. And then we're going to kick over to animation state Roby Chug. Oh, we're going to have to do some timing. Okay, the launch projectile is not going to happen. So we do not need that event. We do not need the launch projectile. Now we're going to figure out how many frames this is shortly. Then we're going to set it back to default. Wait till next frame. Roby default. Set to Roby default walking. Okay. I think we did it. Let's just take a quick peek, see what we came up with. Now, it's probably not going to get the whole chug in there, but at least we could see if we got enough of it to make this work. I mean, the reason why you wouldn't see the whole chug is because I have to figure out how many frames that we wait for this as this thing builds. Okay, we got Roby. You're gonna see it here live. I'm not gonna hit the button until we see it all together. So he's jumping. He's jumping. Let's go get some pizza. That was some good pizza. I need a drink. Oh! All right. His pants change. We're going to go and fix all that up in just a second here. He is definitely starting his drink, but we're going to need some more frames on it. So it is working, folks. This is amazing. So let's give it a couple more frames. Let's throw it on for 31 frames. Let's see if that gives us enough time to watch the whole thing. So this is great. Now the question is, how are we going to get him to chug something when he wants to chug something? Probably just have it trigger some sort of action when he hits. Now, I got to be a little careful here because I got to watch when we're on. Oh, we're on layer 6 already, so we're going to have to swap this thing real soon. So we will be doing that soon. Okay, in this case, let's see Roby. I guess I can make it bigger for y'all. See it a little bit bigger. See if 31 frames is enough or too much. All right, it's getting closer. It's getting better. So we'll go up to 41 frames. Is 41 enough to see a drink? Maybe. Maybe not. Got some Roby chugs going on, y'all. This is some good stuff. Okay, so as far as Roby chugging, the idea is that could be like a power-up in the game. It could be some sort of just fun animation, and we're just going to continue building these things. I think we're going to have them trigger. This will be perfect for having trigger for... Okay, that's a little bit better. He gets his thing, but we're gonna have to go hard because we just went up 20, and that still seems like we're missing a bunch of the animation. So we're going to go up to... I'm going to go really far. I'm going to go to 71 this time. We were at 21 before, so we're more than doubling this one. Just to see if we have enough time to watch this, we're going to have to be playing with how long this thing actually works as we chug. We should be good to go. All right, here we go. It's coming up. We're building. We're going to see a chug. I'm feeling like we have some good chugging coming on this particular one. We have 71. Oh, hit the wrong button. Oh, that's looking beautiful. That's almost right on. That's like right on the money. Look at that. Yeah, like how his hair is like, oh. That was such a random thing. You saw it here. His hair moving was a random happen chance because of today's stream. That little hair movement may not have happened if you weren't here today on the workbench. Okay. So we got the chug down. Oh, I love how his pants like seem to just change color because he's drinking. The question is, what is the best kind of pants? Is it the black pants or the green pants? The green pants almost looks like he has no pants on. He's just freeballing it. Whoa. Whoa, did you see that? Oh, okay. He disappears when he jumps and he's drinking, because we didn't create that. Now this is going to be the funny part. Let's go back over into our sprites. And we got we'll do the black pants. That means we're going to have to make all of his pants black in all of his different areas here. But what I got to do is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there's 9 frames. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, how much is that? 7, 8, 9. And we got to do free ball and Roby. Oh wait, crap. We got to go look at this climb here. Let's see what the climb looks like in here. Yep, it's just 2. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna go be our Roby chug. We'll get this climb out of the way. Oh shoot. There is no climb frames on here. Shoot. All right, we'll deal with the climb later. He wouldn't be climbing and drinking. We're gonna have to like fix that, but at least for now, I'm gonna work on this. Let's see here. Uh-oh. I feel like we're close. I gotta sneeze. Hold on. He didn't want ASMR of me sneezing. All right. Oh, that's a nice little swap out on that. I forgot that I made that. All right, let's go see that back camera right now. We're on layer 7. I got to get ready for this swap on it. I feel like this is going to be a little bit better. The first one that came out was okay, but again, the back of it kind of messed up. Yeah, it looks like we still have a little bit of time before we get through this. This is layer 7, so it gives me just a little bit of time to get through this next piece. All right. Let's just keep copying these guys down here. Oh, not that one. This one. This is so when he's moving right and drinking, you will be able to, he'll be drinking as he moves right. We almost are going to have like a walking animation when he's chugging and moving to the right. I don't know. We're going to have to talk to Ryan about this one. Maybe we just like limit him even. Whoa, crap. I'm screwing up. I'm not paying attention enough. Okay, so we have to go to 4. We're on 4. Copy. Paste. Let's go. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Can I copy that? Copy animation state. Hold the boat here. Can I paste animation state? Come on. Come. What? Oh, it's the whole chug. Delete animation frame. Oh, man, I wish you could copy the frames all in just into one of those. That would be such a handy-dandy tool because I feel like I do that a lot. All right, fine. Got to do it manual, one at a time. Everything has been one at a time today on this stream. Deleting layers one at a time, copying layers one at a time, and this is only version 1.0 of this. I have to do it one more time. Let's see here. We've got 3 frames left, 3 from the end. Hair movement. I love that. It's so beautiful. All right, we're almost to the end of this. And we'll test it out in a second. Make sure it looks good. In the last frame. Uh-oh, did I mess it up again? No, I didn't. I'm good. Alrighty, let's test it. Let's see if our sprite looks nice and toasty here. I feel like it's going to look good. Yeah, Roby's looking good. Roby's starting to get some ability to drink beer, to like run around and swing a bat around. We got some of the basics. This is handy. All right, here we go. We're going to test this one out and see if we can't get him to run and drink at the same time. It's going to look weird. Okay, so he's running around. So if he drinks, he's like, woohoo! Yeah, he needs a run animation if he's drinking. Yeah, yeah. Wait a second. Hold on. Ah, so delicious. So delicious that he's running. Wait. Okay, so I don't have the jump animation. So if he starts drinking, hold on. Oh, that's going to be confusing. So he starts drinking. Oh, yeah. He blanks out. Okay. Fair enough. Well, that was great. That was really fun. All right, I'm going to go back to the pizza world. So we're going to use this pizza at some point. So I'm going to disable this event for now. JacksonRiley.cool helped out with that pizza. So you get the second heads up on this stream, but now we got to comment that out so we can start working with these pieces as we start moving through this. All right, going back into it, I am going to adjust one more thing with that sprite. It's definitely not perfect. It's definitely not what we're looking for 100%, but we got to be okay with him just hovering across the thing until we get some other pieces. And then we're going to go fix his pants in just a little bit. Yeah, we're going to fix the pants. All right, so first of all, though, we are going to get ready to do some swap outs because it is swap out time in the back. So let's go here. Let's look at the nozzle. We're at layer 7. It's coming soon. Let's get ready for it. We'll get these to be large and head on over to the back. Okay, so what we got to do here is we got to get prepped. So first of all, I got to take the skull. I got to put this over here. That sits on my printer bed there for a little bit. Got to get our new filament out. Let's check this angle here. It's okay. Can't seem to get it like lined out well. That's good enough. Okay. Are we on layer 8 now? Oh, we're close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this other one off. And that's an important aspect of this. We are in layer 8. It's time. So I got to slowly back down the speed. Because if I go too fast, it actually breaks the printer and it airs out. I know all these little nuances of this thing, so I'm going to slowly back it down. We're going to take it down to about 50. And what we're going to do here is you're going to watch me. I'm going to put some filament in my mouth. I'll pull something out. You're not going to hear me talking too much. Okay, we're about ready to do a filament swap live on stream. Okay, let's get this thing going here. And we are swapped. That is a filament swap. So let's get back over to that nozzle and we're going to watch this thing happen. So now the next part of this swap is I got to actually go in there and get my speed back up. Just give it a second. Clip the tip. Get everything put away correctly. All right, let's get this thing tuned back up to speed. Let me make sure that filament's in there great. Looks like it's good. Let's bring it back up to 100. If you're looking at where I'm adjusting it, if you see on the top on the little readout, you'll see there's a little area to the left-hand side right above the word layer. There's a 16% or 16.8%. I'm slowly turning a knob to adjust the speed back up. That's our speed. Get that back up to 90. Almost. We're going for 100. All right. And we're back. We're back on track, so we get to watch. We're gonna just watch for a second, and you can already see it. The color is slightly changing on the print. And the reason why it's slight is that you still had some of that purple in there before. And this is starting to actually adjust it. And it slowly kind of turns into the other color as we go. All right, I like it. Let's get back to some Roby chugging. Okay, back on this side. I'm gonna let that run. I'm gonna watch the 3D print lay down some layers. That's actually a little bit more fun to watch than me. So let's turn that one off so you can see that. All right, as that's going, I'm going to do this copy and paste, which is really boring to watch. So I love a good swap. That felt good, I got to be honest, because sometimes it does not go as smooth. You have to be a little bit more careful with those swaps. Sometimes it doesn't fit easily back into the printer when you're doing those swaps. So you got to be careful. What time is it here? 8:49. We're going to be getting Oshi in an hour here. Let's see here, we're 4, 5. Uh-oh. We don't want that to happen. Let's see here. Moving right. That's 4. I am just copying and pasting behind the scenes here. As we got these layer switches going on. Look at that. You can see that it is now switched. The colors have switched. Ooh, it's gooing out everywhere inside of there, which is fine. Maybe it's a little too hot. We're running at 209 right now. The two different kind of filament types might actually have some different temperatures as well, so that's another challenge when you swap out filaments like that. Okay, let's see here. That's number... Let's start from the end. Work our way in. I'm just doing his walk cycle as we watch this layer get dropped in there. So Roby's going to be walking and jumping while drinking, but not moving his legs. That'll be funny. It will be very funny. All right, we are there. One more copy paste, and we are complete with that. This is actually really fun to watch right now. I almost want to just keep this up. So we're getting close. We're 64%, but that doesn't mean it's... Let's see here. Yeah, it was about halftime. Was that halftime? We started at 8? No, 7. Maybe we did start at closer to 8. An hour and 7 minutes is what it's supposed to take. I'm mesmerized by the layering. This one looks a little bit more durable. I like the different part of the other one that I printed, but it just was missing the mark on some aspects of it that I wasn't really excited about, and that was specifically the integrity of the entire thing was not well put together. All right, let's get back to it. We'll watch that in a little bit. We're back to the screen of Roby here. We got the chug going on. We got all the different pieces. We're going to change his the color of his pants in just a little bit here. Make sure that he gets the right color of pants. But while we're doing that, let's just make sure his jump and his walk will work while chugging. And we know what we'll need to adjust as we go forward. Let's give it a go. So first of all, he's got to go get his pizza. He's got to get something to eat before he starts drinking. Oh, that pizza was delicious. Oh God, it's awesome, but it's also. Oh wait, does he have like a? Oh, because it why? Oh, because I get it. Oh my god, that's hilarious. We're gonna have to like put a stop. Like he's just gonna have to not move. If he drinks, he cannot move. Chugging Roby, just chugging around. Okay, works very well. We got all that piece done. Now what we got to do is we need to go back in and adjust some pants and shoes because I am not liking what this looks like. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to go into A-Sprite again. We got the chug. Let's open up other versions of Roby. We go back to our assets folder. We got what? Roby default. And then we got to go for... What was it? The swing. Cricket bat swing. See, I'm the cleanup crew on here. Oh, wait. Why? Oh. Okay, I get it. His shoes are white just in the front one, but all the things... Okay, this is good. This is much better than I thought it would be. So he's got the green pants there. So what we need to do here is just adjust his feet. So which one is he on? It's not climb. Okay, it's bat swing. So we're going to get our color there, and let's just paint it in. Oh, not there. Damn it. All right, there we go. Now his shoes are going to be right on that one. Cricket bat Roby is good. This one's good all the way. This is default Roby. He's looking smooth. And this one, we just need to create his pants in the right way. Ah, crap. I need this color that doesn't exist in this palette. Let's see here. Actually, can I grab that color and go to Chug and have that color? No. Does not allow me. Uh-oh, got another sneeze coming on. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much. It's all that wind. All right, that's probably why you have a headache. It's the wind. See if I can drop some color into this. Okay, yeah, there we go. That looks good. Put these pants on this dude. Yep, this is gonna be it. Black pants, white shoes. All right, let's make sure. Oh, wait, you know what I needed to do? I also needed to put in a climb cycle for Roby. Let's do that. That way, we just have it programmed in our chug. Put this chug climb cycle right there. Oof. How have I done in the other ones? I guess I just put it over a couple frames. That's fine. Just do it like that for now. Okay. Let's save all these out. We're going to export. Let's make sure it's going in the right folder. Yep, Roby Chug. Save. Yep. Export that. Just double check. Double check. It's always good. Ah, see, this one wasn't going to save in the right folder. That's why we double check it. Save over the default. And I think, oh yeah, we did have something change on that one, so we'll export this one as well. And make sure we go into the sprites folder. Yes, I do want to export over that. All right, that should be all the editing for sprites that I'm going to be doing today. The question then will be, does it all map? Does it all work? Let's do a test run. Let's do our final test run, and we should be set and ready, locked and loaded for our accomplishments today to get the Roby Chug in there. I guess we could go and create one last thing, and we have to have like a beer can or something like that, so you can actually touch something and chug on it. That'd be fun. Maybe we do that on the show on Thursday night. Okay. Oh, look at that. Pants not flinging colors. Take that chug. Take it. Give me some pizza. Oh. Yep. It's looking great, folks. We got Roby on the chug. Okay, one of the things we're going to test out is, let's see here. I should be able to go back into my player setup, and let's just see if I can get this going here. So we got two things going on the thing. I'm going to enable the bat, and I'm going to disable the chug. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rename to, let's see here. I'll call this one just chug. I'm going to do it all in caps. Should I do it in caps? No, I'll just do it in regular case. Let's see here. Roby chug. That looks good. And then I'll call this one Roby cricket bat. Swing. That way we know the difference between these. Let's save that. So now I should be able to hot swap between those just by activating, deactivating those two different states that I've created. We'll figure out how to make one trigger while you have the bat able to be swung in a little while here. All right, let's see. So we should now be back to bat swinging Roby. Let's see if this works. If we do, we're successful. Yes, we are. So we can swap between states, at least behind the scenes, until we programmatically make that actually work. So we probably will have to have one that just triggers based off of something happening. Actually, I wonder if I could do that now. Let's just take a look at something here. I wonder, actually, how easily we can make this setup. So I'm going to duplicate this event. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it. Paste event after. So we're going to rename this one to Roby chug on pickup. On pickup. I think that's what we're going to call it. So one of these is going to be based off of a button push, and this other one is going to be on a touch. So what we want to make sure is, oh, this is an event group. I am going to actually take this whole event group, and I'm going to copy that event, and I'm going to actually have to paste it right after this, because we do not want that to trigger on a press. So I'm going to actually just delete that whole event here. We're going to call this one, rename it, call it Roby chug on pickup. Okay. Now the thing is, we need that to pause. Okay. I wonder how I'm going to do this. Because right now it's just going to play. It's just going to run if I just have it there. Okay. For now, I'm going to copy this. Okay, copy event. And then I'm going to disable it for now. So we got our actual chug on button push. Then we got chug on pickup. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, let's see here. I'm going to run it right after this. Let's see if I could do this. Paste event after. Oh, wait, no. You know, paste event after. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see if this works. This might actually work. And it actually might bork and not do anything right, but we'll see. So what I'm going to have it do is he's going to touch this little vial. It's going to look like he chugs it, and then we should be good to go. Should just be a trigger of the chug. Might be easier than I thought. Might be way harder than I thought too. Let's see if this works. So my hope is that when Roby goes and touches that bottle over there, that he actually chugs the thing. Let's see. Or do nothing. Or do nothing. Or the screen just shakes. All right, what did I mess up? Roby pick up on chug. Oh ho ho ho. It jacked up. All right, we got to do player. Come on, bro. Okay, maybe I can't do this. Player, sprite sheet, chug. Okay, I guess it's because the player needs to swap. So I can see where there needs to be some a little bit of changes. So you got your player, which goes to Roby walking, and then we need to idle. We need to change the player sprite. I think that if I insert an event before, let's see here. Let's say player set player sprite sheet. Okay, looks like it allows me to do it. So we'll go to player chug. Replace the default for the scene type. No. We're not going to do that. Okay, so we set the sprite sheet. I'm going to copy this one. Copy the event. So we say we're on the player, default walking, idle it, swap over the Roby chug, and then we do. Now we're on the player. Roby. Okay, so then the player needs to chug. We have 71 pieces. Okay, and then right before this, insert event before. Damn it, I do that all the time. Paste event before. Paste event before. We're swapping back to the default. And then this we can hit on player, and player. All right. I don't know if any of that's going to work, but I just had a brain blast that it might. So let's take it out and see if it works. So what I'm trying to do is you got to swap the actual player sprite for the scene. And I have no idea if that extra little piece that I added is going to work, but it could. There's a chance. There's a chance it could work. Let's go check it out. Oh. What the fish? Okay, something went a little awry there. But it kind of worked. Okay. Disable collisions. So we don't need the camera shake right now. I'm going to disable camera shake. That actually worked. Now the question is, you go idle for how many? Okay, the duration is 71 frames. So do I need to put a wait in there? Wait for 71 frames. Like, why was he kept doing it over and over? Let me check my logic again. So you touch it. Oh, I know why. I know why. Disable player collisions. That has to happen a lot earlier. So disable player collisions has to happen probably first. So it says, okay, wait a second. On hit player, disable collisions has to be like number 1. That's right. We're going to put disable collisions and then do the chug. Let's see if this works. Uh-oh. Why are we watching this? Hopefully it's going to work. We don't want to watch the build of it as we go. Man, this is exciting times. Okay, let's get ourselves here. This is the troubleshooting that it takes. Uh-oh. Also, 3D printer is done. Oh my God, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. That is sick. He's got bat swinging. It works. There's a little bit of a glitch there that I gotta like figure out though. I feel like timing is off, but we did it. I can't believe we did that in like just a few minutes. Came up with it. Now it's just tuning it up. So let's just try that one more time. See if it actually works. Let's see if we can get that what that glitch is. So he's running up to it. He grabs it. Okay, so it looks like it's because he switches from drink state to default state too quickly. And it's probably because, are we waiting enough frames? Do we need to increase the frames? Yeah, that's actually what it has to be. It has to be the frame increase. Let's just try it one more time with a little bit more frame. That actually might be the case. Because then you go to you go to default. You go to player default. This is the how do you make the thing actually work for you? If this doesn't work, that's okay. We actually got it really close. So it looks like it's on repeat. Maybe that's what it is. It's going too many frames. So let's take it down a couple frames. Let's take it down to 61. Regardless, this looks like it's a little bit of tuning, and we might have this kind of nailed in. The only difference with this one is that we're using an event to trigger this, which hypothetically that should work. I don't understand why an event shouldn't be able to trigger this. Okay, it does work. It absolutely works. We just need to tune some other things out. That looks perfect. Oh man, I wish I could hit like refresh and get everything all working again. Okay, we did what we came out and set to do today. We got Roby taking drinks of his brew to be able to get things. Let's go to the back camera. Let's see what we got printed out today. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That's looking pretty good right there. It actually looks really smooth. Now the question is it going to come out as good on the back side? Since it's hot, I'm going to just take it off while it's a little bit hotter today. Let's see if that helps me to do this next step. Doesn't sound great. I don't like that noise it makes. I don't think you can hear this noise, but it's like peeling itself off. That one did not feel good. Felt like I kind of messed it up. Oh, I could already feel it sticking in some places. So, let's do this. We're better, but it's not perfect. So number one, that looks pretty damn cool. It kind of down here messed up a little bit, which I could kind of glue that, but it's just so inconsistent enough that it's still POing me. Anyways, success, at least on this side of it, it's starting to look pretty damn cool if I can get this thing to just actually work out. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have done the duty of 3D printing for the day. I'm going to fix this little part up here. I'm going to have to glue that down. I do not like that I have to glue it, but at least it actually stayed pretty well. So there we go. All right, let's take a last look at our animation, and we will call it a day after that. You pull this animation forward. There's a slight frame that flickers that we see when he picks it up, and I think I have an idea on how to fix it, but we're just going to test it one more time, and we'll have this on record so we can look at it on the record on what happens. I love it. And that gives him the little dash by picking that up and drinking it. Get your pizza, Roby, and hit your bat. We got some good aspects of this in here today. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching the show. This is Adam from the Workbench. We've been having a good time tonight. This morning. Man, it's only 9:13. We have a whole day ahead of us. So we will see you next time. Thanks for hanging out tonight. God, I'm so used to saying tonight. because this is always usually a night stream. Have a good morning. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Peace out.